AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3. Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
And Mr. Toby Tombley. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
So Eddie Vedder Phil there for you, Muse.
Hump day.
Lead singer of Pearl Jam.
It's hump day.
You didn't know nothing about that.
I've heard of him.
You don't know nothing about that.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Sing one song of Pearl Jam.
On the spot? You want me to
sing it.
sing?
I want you to sing. Do it.
She lies and says she's in love with him.
Boy.
Can't find a better man.
That a way to be all in, Muse. That a way. Proud of you. It's not
It's hump
happy.
day.
It's not happy that you screwed up the Christmas music thing earlier.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I mean, it was just an omen for the Pels season, so, you
No
know.
doubt. Something else, too. What else did you screw up earlier? Screwed up something. Paulie, what else did Muse screw up earlier today?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything else today.
There's so many
I
times
really
he
don't.
screws up that it's hard to keep them all together.
It's hump day.
It'll come.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
We got Saints-Bucs injury report coming up.
Hump day.
We got Russ Mitchell in 11 minutes.
It's hump day.
Greg Allman was here to talk about Tampa Bay.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Ashton Stamps leaving the LSU football program.
Hump day.
Tony Vitello leaving the Tennessee Volunteers.
It's hump day.
Kevin O'Sullivan leaving the Florida Gators.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Indefinite leave for O'Sullivan.
Hump day.
Mickey Loomis leaving the New Orleans Saints if there is a God.
It's hump day.
That's not really happening. I can't back that up.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
And there is a God.
Hump day.
All right, here we go. Let's get going. A lot to get to here. If just real quick, if you missed it, the newsy things. Brian Kelly on the teleconference earlier today. Real quick, Muse, update on Whit Weeks.
You know, Whit is still non-weight bearing. He's in the boot, and we'll keep the boot on for him for another couple of days before we know what he can do. He's been doing some additional treatments, and he's feeling better, but we won't know on him until later in the week.
Okay, non-weight bearing. Still, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I do not expect Whit Weeks to play this week. I think they are maybe hopeful, but not guaranteed to get him back for Alabama. I do not think I would be stunned if Whit Weeks plays this week. I do not think he is going to play. Why they're slow playing this, maybe competitive balance. I don't know, but I do not expect Whit Weeks to play this week. I think he will be out again, and maybe this week the bye, hopefully back for Bama, but we'll see how that may play out. But again, I do not expect Weeks to play Saturday. If he does, it's a Christmas miracle. And the NBA season started yesterday, so it is Christmas. Bernard Gooden, here's the update.
Gooden practiced yesterday. He didn't get involved in everything, but we wanted to bring him in slowly. So he got some individual, he got some team reps. The report this morning was that he felt good.
Okay, so here's hoping that they get Gooden back. And the other one I was told was Jamari Butler. I think they do expect Butler to play. So they held Butler last week with the ankle injury against Vanderbilt. I don't know that they'd ever say this, and I don't know that I could confirm it, but he wasn't Butler wasn't nearly as bad off as the other last week, and you wonder if maybe it was a different opponent or a championship situation, but I think Butler would have played. But in any event, I think they will have Jamari Butler back this week, which will be a big help. I mean, you get some of that depth back on the defensive line. That's a good thing for this LSU team, especially with Texas A&M coming in with the way that they want to, the way that A&M wants to run the ball. So keep an eye on the injury situation. Again, Brian Kelly will meet with reporters on Thursday after practice as the Tigers getting ready to welcome in the third-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Saints, meanwhile, they are going to host Tampa Bay. For Tampa, today's just a walkthrough day because they played on Monday night. Right? So they played Monday Night Football at Detroit, had to fly home. Tuesday's an off day in the NFL, but because of the quick turnaround, Tampa did not practice fully today. So this was it would have been a perceived or an implied injury report had they practiced. They just walked through today. So we'll get to Tampa in a second. But for New Orleans, 3 players were DNPs. Chris Olave was a DNP with an ankle. Alante Taylor was not at practice today, but this was not injury related. It was a personal matter. And then Chase Young was a DNP, but it was an illness. So this was not related to the calf that kept him out for the first 5 games of the season. So we'll see how he progresses throughout the week. The other 3 listed, Juwan Johnson limited with a neck injury. Alvin Kamara, just like last week, limited with the ankle injury. Assume they would just ramp him up toward Sunday, get him ready to go. Then John Ridgeway, remember, who's returned to practice off of IR. He's been fully participating, but they still have him listed on the injury report. He has not been active yet on a game day. So for Tampa, this is kind of crazy. I mean, again, they had a walkthrough Wednesday, so this was not a full practice injury report. This was just a walkthrough. So this would have been a perceived injury report had they actually practiced. I'm going to assume this is going to change a lot between now and the end of the week. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 17 Tampa Bay Buccaneers listed, including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that were DNPs. So you got a lot of dudes that are nursing injuries, and it makes sense. It makes sense. You play on Monday, quick turnaround. They're not going to be ready to practice on Wednesday. We'll see how this looks when they're out there on Thursday, and you get a more realistic view of what Tampa looks like as they head to New Orleans. Among the notables, Levante David, Emeka Ibuka, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, Hassan Reddick, Antoine Winfield, all DNPs. It's a lot. It's a lot on there. And Muse, the epidemic has hit Tampa.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Not one.
Oh, no.
But 2 toes.
2.
2 toes.
Multiple toes. Who's got the toe?
Greg Gaines has a toe.
Sorry, Greg.
And Antoine Winfield.
Oh, man. He's a starter, Antoine Winfield.
And safety.
Pretty good one.
Good one. He's got a toe.
Doesn't matter if he's good because he's got a toe.
I hate to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Hassan Reddick? Really good player.
Very good, yeah.
He's got an ankle and a knee.
2
things. Ankle and a knee.
Ankle, knee.
Levante David?
I mean, stud linebacker.
Another linebacker?
Yeah, stud.
He's got a knee.
Knee.
And a rib.
Oh, but not an ankle.
Not an ankle.
Knee, rib.
And a rib.
And a rib.
Knee and a rib.
Knee and a rib.
Would you rather have an ankle and a knee or a knee and a rib?
Ankle and a knee.
Just keep it all consolidated in one area.
I mean, a rib, man. You can't breathe with a rib. It's hard to breathe.
I don't know. I feel like you could just suck it up and you got to get out there and do it. Ankle and a knee. Can you actually run around and play?
It's just one rib, not ribs. Just one rib.
It's got a knee.
A knee.
It's got a rib.
And a rib.
A rib.
Okay.
That's what it is. Oh, I forgot. Bucky Irving.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a foot.
Ooh, that's tough for a running back, the foot.
And a shoulder.
Oh, wow.
Foot and a shoulder.
Man. At least he doesn't have a toe.
It's not a toe.
Of course, the foot. I guess it could be a toe.
The toe is attached to the foot.
Yeah.
You mentioned incorrectly earlier that the toe is part of the foot. It's not. It's attached. It is not part of.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. The toe is separate. It's an appendage.
Yes. Great word.
Yeah. But all of this pales in comparison to what bike life Teddy Bridgewater's dealing with.
Our guy.
Is he our guy?
He's our guy. I mean, he helped fuel the return of Choppa style.
No, sure. Oh, it's bike life. That's
what I'm saying.
Teddy Bridgewater DNP on Wednesday. He doesn't have a toe.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's good. Thanks for looking up for Teddy. Ankle?
Not an ankle.
That's good too.
Zion McCullum, by the way.
Yeah?
He's got a thumb.
Ah.
Thumb.
A thumb.
It's got a thumb.
Just one. It is opposable, but you know.
Teddy B.
Yeah.
Teeth.
He's got teeth.
He's got teeth. He's a DNP with teeth.
With teeth.
Can you imagine? I don't know how you play quarterback when you got teeth.
I don't know how you play anything when you got teeth.
Poor Teddy.
Poor Teddy. He just forget to wear his mouthpiece, you think?
No idea.
Could have been.
Or maybe the fact is that because he's got teeth, he can't wear the mouthpiece.
That's true.
And not just tooth. Very clearly says.
Yeah. He's
not out with tooth. He was a DNP with teeth.
Multiple. Teddy's got cavities.
Godspeed, Teddy B. Make sure you floss, kids. Make sure you go every 6 months, get those chompers cleaned. It's important. Parents, if you're not taking your kids to get their teeth cleaned, what are you doing? You don't want to end up like Teddy. Missing practice today with teeth. It's a devastating injury report for Tampa today.
It's not good.
It's not good. But you know what? Tomorrow's a new day. So just hold on, Tampa. Hold on. Hold on, Teddy. For the love of God, Teddy, brush your teeth. This is the most absurd injury report I've ever seen in my life. That's 17 dudes on the injury
Brush
report.
your teeth.
Teddy Bridgewater's out with teeth. We got to go to break. Russ Mitchell's next. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Duplessis Builders. DuplessisBuilders.net. DuplessisBuilders.net. You want that beautiful pool at your home? Duplessis can make it happen for you. Hey, if you want that custom resort-style pool with all of the bells, the whistles, the specifications, my goodness, they can do that. Listen, you go to Instagram, you look at pool companies like you're going to do, like everybody does. You're going to see beautiful pools. And Derek and his team just finished a beautiful resort-style pool at, I mean, the likes of which I've never seen. It has to be the most expensive pool they've ever built. I'm guessing at that, by the way. But anyway, they can do that for you. They also have a pick-your-pool option where they've got models already made. You can choose your finishes starting at $49K. So go to the website, DuplessisBuilders.net, 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 right there on the homepage where it says pick your pool. Check that. And you can see 11 different pool designs where you can pick, choose your options. You can do it all right there on the website. Boom, ready to go. It's DuplessisBuilders.net. They're going to build you a beautiful pool, and they love to give back as well. It's DuplessisBuilders.net.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Russ Mitchell.
Kicking the tires and lighting the fires.
Russ!
Literally.
Well, I'm proud of Russ. I think Russ deserves it.
It's football!
Rusty, come on up here.
Absolutely, I thought that was going to happen because it's state. It's supposed to happen.
You know, I haven't had much of a chance to talk to you man to man, Russ.
How are things out there at DBU?
I want you to stay here and take care of things, Russ.
The only way you can point up is up.
Not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room.
Just like Troy.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Put your foot on his throat and choke him out.
Take it, Russ.
All right. So what are you going to order? You looked at the menu?
Kicking tires, lighting fires, and my particular fire would be the lightly torched Wagyu nigiri sushi, which comes in 4 pieces at the Supper Club. And
I want you to know that that's just an appetizer.
Oh, I know. It's a long show, man. That's actually brushed with a house-made yakinuki sauce.
Yeah.
The Japanese steak sauce. Usually, I prefer my steaks the way the good Lord intended them, which is rare like a good vet can save them, no sauce. But I'll make an exception for my hot appetizer Wagyu nigiri sushi.
Yeah. Well, because that's an appetizer. So it's chef's choice there.
Yeah.
This is a great bet for me to lose. It means I get to go to Supper Club and have an awesome meal. So Russ and I last week.
Wait, no. The cold app's going to be caviar.
Fine with that.
So
I love caviar.
This might not be the best bet for you to lose.
No, this is the best bet for me to lose. I get to go to Supper Club and have a great meal.
Right,
you don't think I've been to Supper Club and picked up a big ass check before? I've gone to Supper Club and picked up a I have picked up a big ass check at Supper Club before. I ain't scared of a big ass check. I'm excited to go.
Good.
I'm excited to go. I'd be thrilled to host you, Russ. I just got to get you back in town. So when are you coming to town?
I'm torn between either the wedge or, a king crab bisque, because I do like me a king crab bisque.
Get them both.
Okay.
Get them both. What are you going to have? You might as well. I'm going to Supper Club. On me.
Okay, I'll get them both.
We had a bet last week, Russ and I, LSU Vandy, straight up. Because he's a fraud. He took.
Did I tell you?
Did
I tell you my mother called me a traitor?
She's right. She's right. So this will be your last meal. Better make it good.
It's work, mother.
Better make it good. Are you gonna pick? Who are you gonna pick this week?
Can we save that for the next segment?
Sure we can. We can save that. Russell, I'd be happy to do that. But I'm excited to have
Too many chances. Man, too many.
I know.
Too many chances.
You score on 5 of your first 6 possessions. You actually move the ball, put points on the board, and you keep settling for field goals. Whatever.
Yeah. Overwhelmed.
They ran the ball pretty well.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man.
No, go ahead.
They beat you at almost everything other than tight end and secondary. Letting them drive down the field and punch in that field goal at the end of the first half, that was a gut punch. And, your defense had opportunities. It gave the offense opportunities late in the fourth quarter with still a 7-point game and never felt like a 1-possession game in the second half anyway. But you had the chances. The offensive line couldn't exert its influence. And at this point, it's week 9, guys. So, if that offensive line could play better, they would have played better by now. So this is the offensive line you have the rest of the way.
Yeah, you are what you are, man.
Yeah.
Unless if they want to put a young guy like Kern in and see how that goes. But we'll see. Kern's a guy that's got huge upside potential.
I agree.
5-star, looked awesome against Ole Miss, but they don't seem to have any tolerance to put him in and give him a try. So we'll see how it goes this week. Speaking of LSU's going to play A&M. A&M went and gave up 42 on the road at Arkansas. Why? What's up with his A&M defense? They gave up 40 to Notre Dame, 42 to Arkansas on the road. I expected more from Elko's defense.
So did I. I mean, but Green is a pretty special. Every time I've watched that kid play, I think he's going to have a good NFL career. He just plays for Arkansas. So,
yeah,
if you picked him up and you dropped him on, LSU or Alabama or Georgia or anybody like that, the whole world would be talking about him. Ole Miss, but, he plays at Arkansas. So, unfortunately, LSU doesn't have a mobile quarterback like Green. So, and even with Green, they still struggled, like they were 3 of 11 on third downs. They were 1 for 3 on fourth downs, Arkansas. So the whole bend but don't break, you could say that, but it was a disappointing performance by A&M.
The Georgia Ole Miss game was another one where, Ole Miss, they got up big again, but Georgia got down again and wound up rallying and winning 43-35. What's the big takeaway there? The Georgia rally, the defense's continued inability to look like we expect Georgia defenses. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, and I don't think it was Chambliss. He struggled a little bit there in the fourth quarter, but there were other, dropped passes, poor execution. Ole Miss was nearly flawless in those first 3 quarters. I think the thing I took away from that is that Gunnar Stockton was perfect in the second half, 12 of 12 and 3 touchdowns. He was perfect. And Georgia closed like a champion, like they are. If this game had been in Oxford, maybe Ole Miss is able to pull that out with some crowd noise and a little bit of attention. But, we still haven't seen Georgia play an entire game of football for 3 years now. for 2.5 years. It's not just this season. This team has not played a full game of football.
You mean like a complete complementary game? Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Offense, defense for 4 straight quarters in one game. They have not been able to do that, and yet they still win.
The Bama Tennessee, it's so interesting because that game completely turned on the 99-yard pick six on the last play of the half. I mean, no one's overcoming a 14-point swing in that situation. Clearly, Tennessee couldn't. But what do you look at in that game that stands out?
I think 2 things. The pass defense for Tennessee is what's going to kill them this year. Alabama, there's a lot of things about Alabama that aren't that good right now, guys. I mean, their rushing offense is not very good. Their execution is poor. But, Tennessee's defense has decided they don't even want to try covering wide receivers. So, as long as that's going to be the case, a team like Alabama with a good quarterback, Ty Simpson's now 5 games where he's completed for more than 250 yards and more than two or more touchdowns. And they executed when they needed to, and now 4 straight wins against ranked SEC opponents. That is very impressive.
There were 4 other games in the league, so 8 teams that played really hideous football. Oklahoma, South Carolina, Missouri, Auburn, Texas, Kentucky, and then Mississippi State, Florida. Florida won, and their coach still got fired. I mean, Russ, I keep saying, the way I say it is, when you look at this league, the ceiling is lowered. It's probably true across college football. The ceiling is lowered, the floor is raised, and everyone's just been compressed more toward the middle. And so you're going to see a lot of weekends like this where you don't see blowouts and you see teams, and you look at Texas after blowing out Oklahoma and then needing overtime to beat Kentucky, who's the bottom of the shoe of the SEC right now. I mean, it's just a weird thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, Texas had 100 yards of offense midway through the third quarter, man, and they couldn't. And say what you want about Manning, but if I was Manning at this point, I would. How he gets hit so much, he gets thrown around more than a child playing with their father, man. There's no way he cannot be looking at the defense rushing at him at this point. And how can you have any faith in Texas? How do you, we'll talk about them in the next segment. But playing State, how do you know which team's going to show up? The team that played Oklahoma or the team that played Florida and Kentucky? But you talked also about the Missouri game. Auburn left at least 23 points on the field in missed field goals and having to settle for field goals rather than punching it in for the touchdown, late defensive penalties that allowed Missouri to stay in it. And then again, some very questionable officiating that I don't know what it is about Auburn, but they really do. At some point, you got to think they're a little snake bitten, but you got to win it on the field. So kudos to Missouri for sticking in there and pulling out a road win.
Auburn is an underdog at Arkansas this week. Bro, this might be it for Hugh Freeze. Like, you go lose to interim Bobby Petrino. We'll say we'll do it when we come back. Let's grab a break. What?
I was just going to say, first of all, interim Bobby Petrino, they still can't play defense.
Yeah.
But they can certainly put up some points. And that Supper Club has a veal parmesan
it's
as
amazing.
a main that I'm giving some serious consideration to.
It's amazing, Russ. They bring the veal, the chop comes but on the bone, breaded.
They pound it
on the plate, and then table side in a cast iron skillet. They bring the melted cheese and the marinara, and they lay it over the chop so that the chop maintains that crisp. I'm getting hungry right now. That crispiness to it. I'm telling you, man. Like, I have dreams about that veal parm. I'm telling you, dude. Like, it's about the only thing that can make me not order a steak at Supper Club is that veal parm. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Consider it. It's worth. Maybe like you get that, I get a steak. We split, we share.
I'm not sharing anything, man.
Well, you can try a lot of different things.
No,
just a little.
I'll just order it. You're paying. I'll just order two.
When you see the size of that, trust me, man. Like, you ain't ordering two of them. You ain't eating two of them. But anyway, all right. Well, now I got a break. I owed Russ dinner at Supper Club. I'll make good as soon as he comes to Baton Rouge. It'll probably be in about another 6 years or something like that. But when he does, we'll go to Supper Club. We'll preview this weekend's games next. AFR. We are brought to you by Watermark and Renaissance. Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Home game for the LSU Tigers, which means in 2 days, your Fighting Tigers of LSU will be at Renaissance Baton Rouge. That's right. The Friday before every home football game, that's where the Tigers go. Of course, Brian Kelly wants to get them off campus. Smart. So takes them to Renaissance Baton Rouge, and they convert that into basically football ops. And so I say it, if Renaissance can host the LSU football program, they can host your event. The Grand Ballroom is where they have team meetings, team meals, all that stuff. Smaller rooms that can be partitioned off so where they have their position group meetings. It doesn't matter if you're hosting a wedding reception, if you have some type of banquet, an award ceremony, a fundraiser, a ball. Renaissance, in their 13,000 square foot of meeting space, they can host you. So check them out today. It's Renaissance Baton Rouge.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Rolling along with Russ Mitchell. Of course, you get him on Twitter at Russ Mitchell CFB. Talk a little SEC football for a couple segments every Wednesday here, getting you ready for the weekend. Recapping the weekend that was, getting you ready for the weekend that will be. We'll get to LSU, Texas A&M. Let's start with, I guess, probably the most tantalizing matchup, which is Ole Miss on the road at Oklahoma. If John Mateer is right, Oklahoma looks awesome. I don't know if he's right. What do you think?
I mean, who cares when you got a defense like that? It's ranked second in the nation in points allowed. So here comes Ole Miss. And if, with that defense that Ole Miss has, if they don't score at least how many? 30?
Yeah.
They got to score a lot of points. And I don't see them doing that against this Oklahoma defense. And there's a lot of execution that Ole Miss has to fix. And at Norman, if it was in Oxford, maybe, but at Norman, back-to-back road games, and Chambliss doesn't have a lot of experience. I like Oklahoma's defense in this game. Plus, Mateer can apparently punt. We learned. He's got that going for him too.
The back-to-back road conference games is a thing that people don't talk about enough. It's an angle I've talked about a lot here, and historically, it's a very difficult thing to do. By the way, that's what Texas A&M has to do this week coming to Baton Rouge, but we'll get to that. The other ranked unranked is Missouri Vanderbilt. That's where College Game Day is going to be. Oddly enough, who would have thought? But Vandy's a small 2.5-point favorite in this game at home. What do you think there?
Obviously I'm really excited about this game. Vandy's not turned the ball over. You guys have got to see them, right up close last week and not turn the ball over. They play really well. This is Pavia's team. I think this game will come. If you're watching one thing in this game, it's third down conversions. Missouri's defense ranks 7th in the nation in stopping teams on converting against third downs, whereas Vandy ranks 2nd in the country converting on third downs. You all did a good job against them. I don't know how much faith I have in Missouri's defense. They really haven't played many opponents like Vanderbilt, right? And they struggled against Alabama's offense. I like Vandy at home. I think they're more tested. I like Pavia. I think the team has the right mindset. You heard Coach Lee after the game, right? Said this win over LSU won't define our season. It's been 40 years, right? 35 years. Yeah. And he's saying this win won't define our season, and they believe it. So I like this Vandy team at home to beat Missouri.
By the way, it's another one. Missouri back-to-back road conference games. At Auburn last week. Now they're at Vanderbilt. It's a tough thing to do, man. Winning
What's the spread?
2.5.
Yeah, I like Vandy.
What do you think about Auburn, Arkansas? Like that's the one we talked about as we were going into break where, man, if Hugh Freeze loses this game, they're 3-4. If you lose to 2-5 Arkansas, and they're an underdog, you start to wonder, like, does Hugh make it to the end of the season?
I hope so. I mean, if you're Auburn,
Auburn.
I know.
They fired everybody.
They've been close in every game. Taylor Green is remarkable. I mean, in his he had 5 touchdowns. He had 5 touchdowns last week against A&M. He's accounted in his last 2 SEC games over 300 yards in each game, total yards. Auburn's got to do it. Well, the good thing about Auburn is their defense ranks among the SEC's best in yards per play allowed and stopping the run. That's because they can stop the run. And Arkansas, by the way, themselves, they bleed touchdowns. They allow teams to score touchdowns, pretty easily. So, but what's the spread in this game?
2.5.
I think this is I call for overtime. I think this will be back-to-back overtime games for Auburn. And I like Arkansas at home.
Okay. You think Arkansas gets the win? Okay. Well, it'd be fascinating to see if
I don't think Hugh gets fired, though.
Bama at South Carolina. Let down, upset alert, maybe there?
No. I mean, South Carolina is where if you've got a run defense that's struggling, you want to play South Carolina. And I note that to every LSU fan that was crowing after their rushing offense against South Carolina. Look, this is Oklahoma. Last week had their best rushing performance of the season with the 171 yards on the ground. South Carolina's defense allows opponents to convert on third downs better than any team in the conference, and their offense red zone stinks. So, yeah, I think Alabama will do fine.
Russ Mitchell's with us at Russ Mitchell CFB. We'll get to LSU and Texas A&M here in a second. Anything on Texas at Mississippi State or Tennessee at Kentucky?
I think the Texas game, we talked about it in the last segment. What team's going to show up for this game? I mean, I don't have faith in either of the offenses. In fact, I think I might even have more faith in Mississippi State's offense.
How about that? Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I might have more faith in State's offense than I have in Texas's offense. But two things. One, I have way more faith in Texas's defense. It's a really good defense. And second of all, did you see that bonehead call by State in the Florida game? I mean, they're in comfortable field goal range with a good kicker, and they're throwing the ball with seconds left to go in the game. That play was even worse than Florida, the play they called on 3rd and 1 when they had to punt the ball to State. So, yeah, I don't have faith at all in State's offense.
That made the field goal that would have won the game. What 52? What was the field goal end up being?
I think I was talking about State, Florida.
Yeah.
Because he threw the interception, so the game was over.
What am I thinking of with the penalties that moved the field goal back?
I think you're thinking of the Kentucky-Texas game, right?
Maybe so.
Yeah. That went to overtime and the Kentucky kid kicked it. And then they went all the way down the field and went for it on 3rd and 4th down by trying to jump into a far more elite Texas defense and stop them. How Bush still has a job after that, I don't know. But he's another guy like Shula that needs to be on the hot seat heading into the end of the year.
Mike Shula being a bad offensive coach. Who could have seen that coming? All right, before we get out of here, LSU, Texas A&M, Aggies have not won in Tiger Stadium as a member of the SEC. Tigers in a desperate spot. What do you think?
Yeah, 1994, right? That's the last time that raise your hand if you're driving down the road. Keep one hand on the wheel. Raise your hand if you haven't been alive since the last time.
I was at that game in 94.
Yeah, I mean, but that is, I point out, more recent than the last time Vanderbilt beat y'all. So this might be, a flashback to the 1990s.
You say y'all like you're not a guy talking to me wearing an LSU shirt with a Y.A. Tittle jersey on your wall behind you.
Shush.
You can turn your hat around, though, that Parrish Construction Roofing hat.
I left the Parrish Construction hat at home.
Failure.
Look, I don't have any faith in this offensive line. I don't think, and A&M's defense, even in the Arkansas game, they held Arkansas, on, I think they were 4-10 on 3rd downs and 1-3 on 4th downs. In the last 4 games A&M has played, that defense has held opponents to 14% on 3rd downs. 4 games. And your offensive line and your rushing offense is dead last. It's not changing. So the only thing I would take out of this is, if you've got one hope in this game, it's that that defense for A&M really struggled in rushing yards. They allowed almost 300 rushing yards, and it wasn't just to Taylon Green. The other 2 running backs also did very well. They averaged between 7 to 9 yards per carry, which was very unexpected for this A&M defense. But I don't see that happening twice in a row. I think A&M comes into Death Valley and gets their first win since they've joined the SEC.
A&M's looking to end streaks. Mike Elko's trying to check the box. They were in a similar situation a year ago. They were top 10 in the country after beating LSU, and then they face-planted, lost 4 or 5. So trying to avoid what's been a familiar fate for the Aggies. This would be a big one if they can get it. All right, come to town so we can go to Supper Club.
Hey, good luck finding an offensive line between now and Saturday.
Well, that's not going to happen, but Supper Club is right there, and I can get us a reservation. So fly down here and let's go.
The ribeyes come from Greeley, Colorado.
They have those. They also have Sagrera meat from Ethel, just north of here. And they have the Omi beef, which you need to look at that. That's, Russ, the Omi beef. Supper Club had to join a Japanese beef cooperative just to have the opportunity to apply to carry the Omi beef. And that's the Emperor of Japan's favorite cut. And they used to give that, it's like a 500-year-old farm. They used to give that to the samurai because they thought it had magical powers.
Well, if it's good enough for the Emperor, it's good enough for me.
Come to Baton Rouge so we go to Supper Club.
All right,
I'll see you. That's Russ Mitchell. We appreciate the time as always. All right, quick break. Brought by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com, title sponsor of our Hump Day shows all throughout the year. Check them out. Lowest prices, never any contracts, yourgoodwood.com. Let me knock out our final break. We'll come back. Jimmy will be here for Otter Lock. Stick around.
AFR.
Clegg's Nursery, 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. You know where they are. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Don Moore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local. That's our friends over at Clegg's Nursery. And I was talking to Miss Teresa earlier this week. She said, Matt, we got to push pumpkins. Pumpkins this week. So if you need pumpkins, go to Clegg's. Bypass the box store. Don't go to a pumpkin patch or whatever the case may be. Go to Clegg's. Any of the 4 locations, they got beautiful fall decor setups. If you need pumpkins for carving, if you need pumpkins for baking, if you need pumpkins for painting, for your pumpkin painting party, you go to Clegg's. Any other 4 locations, they got a great selection, and of course, awesome people that are going to treat you right at Clegg's Nursery. They've been doing it for 60 years. Bypass the big box stores. Buy local, shop local. Get by. Be sure to tell them Matt sent you in when you go see our friends at Clegg's Nursery.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on this Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Always love telling you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters as well. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. It's energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank, vinyl siding. They'll lower your energy bills. They'll save you money. It'll increase your home's resale value. Remember, you do this once, you're done forever. And on new construction. Remember, new construction, if you're building a house, tell your contractor, your builder, you want them to install Relief Windows because you install Relief Windows with your home build, you're done forever. Lifetime transferable warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter, how are you?
Good, Matthew. How about you?
Doing very well. Congratulations on a 3-0 night for the Otter. Give that man a ding. Oh, that's right. Whenever you're ready, Muse. There it is.
Can I get my ding?
There it is.
Give me my ding.
Look, good help's hard to find there, Otter. Good help's hard to find.
He's new at this.
It's first day. It's his first decade on the job. Hey, we've had a little line movement on 2 of the 3 picks that you gave up at Louisiana Sports Net. So I want to pick your brain on what we do with these. So let's get started. You gave Dallas minus 2.5 in the NBA tonight. It's at 3.5 now. What do you think?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
5-3.
Okay.
5-3. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Why did you like them? Why'd you like Dallas? Yeah.
Dallas is, they've kind of fallen in backwards to this thing, but Davis is healthy. That's always a plus. So,
street clothes?
I mean, he's playing. So, we had Henry Hayes on yesterday. We talked about Dallas. That's our team to win that division this year. So, San Antonio's going to be good as well, but they a little bit longer price on the Mavericks. So Cooper Flagg, I know he's very, very young. A lot of pressure on him as a rookie, but a real good two-way player. So he should be fine, man, really advanced. So now we're going with Dallas. It's early, Matt. I mean, it's just we're not going diving in the deep end head first on this pick. But it's a pick that my favorite pick of the night in the NBA. We're easing into this NBA stuff. Okay. Don't worry, college basketball is just around the corner.
Delaware is laying. You gave it at 9.5. It's down to 8.5. So that's actually that's a better number. But Missouri State is up. You gave it at minus 1.5. It's up to minus 2.5.
At 3 some places now, so still take the 2.5.
Okay.
We'll go in reverse order. This had been, New Mexico State is, Diego Pavia and Jerry Kill are gone. So they're not as bad as they were before they got there, but they're certainly not as good when they were there. Still not a great team at home. Missouri State, here's the deal. They're a new kid on the block. First year in Division I, FBS, whatever you want to call it. And, they have been a covering machine this year. Got some explosive pieces on offense. So I can see the market warming up to Missouri State as this road favorite. Las Cruces is not the most imposing place to play in college football. Delaware, they owe us money. They owe us money. We're chasing money here.
I was about to say, you're going back. Man, you going back to the well.
We fumbled inside the one, a couple of weeks ago, and then last week they looked terrible. But the quarterback, Caccione, however you pronounce his name, the Italian stallion, his yards per play, yards per attempt are really good. This is a really, really bad Blue Raider team from Middle Tennessee State. Look for Delaware to take some frustrations out and blow out Middle Tennessee State tonight.
Otter just keeps putting his hand on that stove.
Blue hands, Blue Raiders.
Where are you tomorrow?
Yeah, my hand is officially third-degree burns from Auburn. So anyway, we're at the original walk-on on Burbank, getting ready for Aggies and Tigers this weekend.
Thank you, Otter.
Good luck.
All right, you too. All of Jimmy's picks are over at LouisianaSports.net for free. Everything's free at LouisianaSports.net if you want it there. All right, we're getting out of here. Muse Pauly, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
After further review.
As we get on down the road, remind you about First South Farm Credit. Thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Man, what a time. And I know what it's like right now. One of my best friends in the world, who's one of my partners over at Parrish, Ryan Terrio. You walk into his office at Parrish. He's got 2 deer heads on the wall and plenty more. So I know a lot of you deer hunters are fired up right now for deer season. Y'all know I ain't a deer hunter, but I endorse your right to go hunt and make sure I got plenty of deer to eat. But I know how many of you hate sharing a lease, hunting on someone else's property. You ready for that to end? Ready to have your own piece of property, your own dirt, your own hunting property, your own recreational property? First South Farm Credit can make that happen. Start that process. FirstSouthLand.com. FirstSouthLand.com. Your first call, remember, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit.